So we'd film each other so we could use it on the show. She's filming me and I'm laying on the table. My water breaks. She hits stop, record.
Well, yeah,
she goes,
put the
what?
camera down.
Like puts the camera down and goes, what? And during that whole thing, literally has the camera off down and like cannot believe that my water broke. Like just so upset.
Y'all look so amazing.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Now, Nikki, you make sure that you are giving Brie enough room there with those sleeves, girlfriend.
I know. I knew if I wanted attention on me, that's why I wore them. Like,
We were taking a selfie earlier, and I'm like, yo, your shoulder pads in my face.
I love it, but it's so beautiful. You both look great. And I gotta say, huge congratulations to both of you ladies on your little guys. You've got 2 little guys now in the mix of things. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. I mean, a little sleep deprived, that's for sure.
a little,
But
a lot over here.
right? But we're so in love, and we're
Yeah.
having so much fun. And literally, our boys are like twins. They might not look alike, but how they are together, it's so cute. They're like, we feel like little brothers.
They do. They're totally soul brothers. And like, I'm obsessed with being a mom. It's the greatest thing in the world.
Twins, pregnant together.
Our bums kind of look the same.
No, they do not.
We feel the same. Our cravings are the same.
Okay, first of all, my naked pregnant body is so hot.
Well, it scared people.
It's so funny that, Brie, you mentioned that they're like brothers because y'all told me back in June, you said, wouldn't be surprised if we go into delivery at the same time. And sure enough, you weren't far off because y'all were a day apart, side by side in delivery rooms.
I mean, how crazy.
And you know, what's even because people were like, you had to plan it. It's like, no, her water broke almost a week and a half early. I was trying to go for a VBAC, and I was almost 5 days late.
She was dilated for 3 weeks.
out of 4.
Yeah.
So I was going for a VBAC,
What?
so it didn't happen for me. When we walked into the doctor's office, and all of a sudden her water broke. I couldn't even smile at first. I was like,
No, listen to this.
I was
so
like, your water
and you'll get to
broke?
see it on Total Bellas. But so she's filming because our cameras weren't allowed in the doctor's office.
So we'd always film
So
each
we'd
other.
film each other so we could use it on the show. She's filming me and I'm laying on the table. My water breaks. She hits stop, record.
Well, yeah,
she
I like, kind
goes,
of put the
what?
camera down.
Like puts the camera down and goes, what? And during that whole thing, literally has the camera off down and like cannot believe that my water broke. Like just so upset.
I love it. I mean, these two were just destined to come into the world together with each other, just like the two of you, really. But how emotional has it been for y'all to be together, separated, then back together for your deliveries? I mean, what a journey.
It
agree.
really was, because I feel like with everything that's been happening in 2020 with the pandemic, it was like we were really leaning on each other because we were next door neighbors and just doing everything together. And so when I found out like she wasn't gonna have her baby in Phoenix, I was just like, no, you're supposed to. Like this year you're supposed to. Like we need each other. And she put me on an emotional roller coaster like she always has. But
Yes.
You see it too this season of it's not that I was indecisive. It was like I had a plan, but the pandemic changed that. And then it's like, I think what everyone was trying to figure out in the world was like, you're trying to figure out how to go on with your life, but things are changing daily, weekly, like you just didn't know what to expect.
right.
So it was like affecting Brie and I of where am I having my baby? Oh, LA. Oh wait, now LA doesn't make sense. Phoenix, wait, Phoenix. It was like crazy.
I know, but you know, something that I thought was so relatable, especially just in this, and of course it happened in your season premiere, was the fact that Nikki, you and Artem were looking at like, okay, what is our job security looking like? And having to deal with the same sort of, you know, consequence or, you know, situation. And it was such a real moment for so many people.
You know, Brie and I love to be as like unfiltered and just real and raw as possible. Like even through this journey of trying to lose pregnancy weight, because, you know, people have asked us like, whoa, you show so much on your socials. And I feel like that's so important because I feel bad for people who have the keeping up with the Joneses feel. Like we shouldn't be that way. Like for us, like we had to think about our family, job security, savings accounts. And I was like, I'm never going to get into that hole. So like, if the way for my family to save money was to have, you know, insurance won't cover it, they're covering me in California, we're going to have it in California, and we'll adapt. And, you know, to me, like, because it is funny, because when you're on TV, you'll even get like networks and stuff like, I don't know, should we talk about that? Like, It is funny how people are, and I'm like, no, that's real. Like, we have to talk about this.
So Brie, you've been there before. This is baby number 2 for you, but how have things been different, or have they been different this time around? Were they harder, easier for your second pregnancy?
You know, gosh, I have to say it was easier in the sense of I wasn't traveling as much during pregnancy. So I just felt like my body, and because I had been pregnant before, I just understood it. But my boy grew through my belly button. So, and he was another 9-pounder. So this time around, I actually had more, I hate saying damage done to my stomach, but I did. I'm on a very tough journey right now, and it was another C-section. So my abs are gone. I have to rework on those. But so many stretch marks.
You know, it is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I see myself naked, I get sad at times, and I try not to, and I try to embrace like when I look at Matteo, I go, okay, this is worth it. But it is weird to see your body change so much. Like my stomach, like I've always worked really hard on having a tight stomach, and like I don't have that anymore. Like, I had a chiropractor here the other day, and when he did this thing to pull out my leg, I felt this massive jiggle in my stomach, and I go, what was that? And I go, oh my God, that was my stomach. Like, it was the weirdest feeling.
But you know what? Not to say that you're never ever going to get your abs back, ladies, because that you're also doing like 300 plus sit-ups right before bed to achieve those bad boys. And now you've got to be nursing and feeding and changing. But like, you live that, now you know, live this, and it's what a beautiful blessing, you know?
I agree. True. And I tell Brie, how long are we allowed to have the baby wait?
So funny. Now, okay, since you had mentioned this, Brie, that you had to document your sister documented you with your appointments and things like that, because naturally the guys couldn't go in because of COVID right now, but they were able to go in for delivery, and then they had to take the realms on videoing the process. So how did Brian do? Did they video all of it? Did they manage well?
We did. It was crazy because we went in with like we had our little baby luggage, and then we went in with like camera luggage and set up like 3 different camera angles so we wouldn't miss anything. And you know, I'm really excited. I haven't seen the footage yet of my sister giving birth because I wasn't allowed in there. So I can't wait to see her push little Matteo out. And then I haven't relived the footage of when Brian and I, because we had a surprise. We didn't know if we were having a boy or a girl.
Right.
And literally, when they pulled Buddy out, they held him up, and Brian was the first one who got to see the goods to see if it was a boy or a girl. And he yelled out to everyone like, "It's a boy!" And so it's really neat because, you know, even though we did everything on these like cell phones, at the same time we caught some great stuff.
Have you seen the footage? Was Artem okay after? I mean, because usually most women and gents, you're like, okay, stay north of the border.
Right? I haven't seen any of it. I'm like dying to see it.
Nikki.
I just am like, the one clip I see, and I actually first thought it was Brie, and then I'm like, no, wait, that's me. When at the end of the promo, when I'm like breathing really hard, and I remember that's when I was starting to labor. But because I'm so used to seeing you have Birdie that I forgot like what I looked
you
like.
went through that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, but no, that's me. So it was crazy to see myself actually start to feel like that pain again. Like, oh my gosh. When you start actions, like people are going to be hearing me. I mean, I am actually excited for people to hear the part, because I had 2 more rounds of pushing until I was going to have to go into a C-section. And I literally told Artem, I go, put on the Lumineers. Like, we're doing this. And I pushed him out. I almost ripped those bars off the hospital bed.
Our doctor said she's never seen before someone's eyes just change. Like, she goes, oh my gosh, she's gonna do it. Just so determined, and boom, did it.
I gotta ask about Artem. So, you know, he's been talking to us every week with Dancing with the Stars. We catch up with him on a weekly basis, and we've been following his journey. He told us that he has lost 15 pounds since the season started, and that you, Nikki, tell him that he needs to eat more. So how has his schedule with Dancing with the Stars and now being a new dad impacted him?
Right. Well, I mean, I wish I lost the 15 pounds. I'm like, I have to lose. It's like, hey, this can't be opposite. Like, you're the guy here. Like, I need to feel skinny.
It's never fair. Guys can lose weight like at the drop of a hat. So,
Please, and they have abs. It's like ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, of course, you know, been difficult because Dancing with the Stars, they have such a difficult schedule. It takes up a lot of time. And I mean, Matteo's a little over 3 months. And so when you, I mean, it's crazy. I was telling Brie this last night. I go, can you believe we were in the hospital not even 13 weeks ago pushing these babies out?
I'm gonna teach you the ropes, Artem.
All right, I've already been swaddled before, so what worse can happen?
The baby's tired.
That's not a baby.
what has it been like seeing Artem as a dad?
Amazing. He's an incredible dad. He's so, like since day one, he's been very natural.
Mm-hmm.
He's such like a sweet soul. I think with anyone, when you're in a relationship, when you all of a sudden see the man take that father role, it's turn on. Yeah. It's
Definitely.
like, yeah, when you see them care for something so much and unconditionally, you're just like, damn.
Right.
So yeah.
So good, so good. Now, how is your mama doing?
5% don't fully recover from Bell's palsy. At the end of the day, if it ended up like this, it's better than 3 weeks ago. But the longer I go on, the more I think, am I going to have a full recovery?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing good. She has some really hard days and she has really good days. You know, having brain surgery, and you know, half of her face is still paralyzed, so it's slowly coming back. But the recovery is long, and we keep reminding my mom, like, you're not going to get better tomorrow. Like, this is a 6-month to a year journey, could be longer. And so she, you know, we've noticed like she has really strong days and really hard days, but she's doing good.
On a lighter note, I did want to mention, because I failed to mention this little tidbit. Artem told us that Matteo loves TV and that you would kill him if you told us.
I will. He's definitely grounded later. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what it is where Matteo plays a lot, the TV's right there. And so I'll catch him like turning his neck. And I don't know, maybe it is me being a bad mom, but I just started to like let him, like, why not? Like, he'll be in the swing and I let him look at it. Cause I'm like, well, it's not like Birdie when she's like, hey, put on a show. I'm like, it's not like he can tell me that. And I don't know if it's because when you have a colicky baby and you try to find just ways that make them happy. And
Yeah.
good old Christmas shows, actually, even the news, because I watch the news so much. He just loves it.
He's destined for TV. Both of them are destined for TV. I hate to break it to A and B, but it's, you know, they're destined for it. And guys, y'all revealed some big news here recently. You're both moving to Napa. Has it happened? Is it happening? Where are you zooming from right now? Please set the record straight.
So we're zooming here from Artem Nicole's house in Los Angeles, but I'm already a Napa girl. So
She's already Napa County.
I am officially a Napa girl, and I have to say I'm crazy and wild, and my poor husband, but it has been the best move. And I
know
Artem Nicole to come after the finale of Dance with the Stars. I've always known we have a wine, we're always there, and would tell Brian, this is my happy place. And I think the one thing COVID has taught me is like, why aren't you living where you're happy? Like,
Yeah.
I'm always like living in places based on convenience or other things. I'm like, I need to go to my happy place. Like, let's do this. And I do it.
I love it. And your wine line has been so successful. So would you see the show? I imagine season 6 is already a wrap.
Yeah, you get the last episode is all Napa. It's our move.
You see how we have a really big online purchase. And Artem and Brian think we're crazy, but we do it. And so the season finale, you see why we moved to Napa and how
And
crazy
literally
it is.
looking at our houses for the very first time.
We
Yeah.
want.
Cool. That is the fountain of youth, ladies. So do you hope for Total Bella season 7 to have the show based in Napa, focused around your ventures there, your lives there?
Yes. If we do have season 7, we really want to showcase Napa Valley and our close friends there and why it's our happy place and like just building our wine lounge and just putting the Bella stamp on Napa.
Okay, with Total Bellas.
With Total Bellas.
Total Bellas,
Yes.
yeah.
I love it. And I can see like an iteration of Total Bellas being like Total Bros, you know, festering in the future with Buddy and Matteo and Birdie. In Total Bros plus this. But I have a feeling we're going to see more little Bella's running around here.
Uh-oh.
Not from this end.
She took hers at her tubes out.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, Brie.
did.
Why did you ultimately make that decision?
No, I figured if the stomach is open, they're right there. I only want to, like everyone saw last season, that I really only wanted one. And so, you know, this pregnancy was an accident, but I'm so happy. I mean, now I can't imagine life without Buddy. And you do, you know, like you can accidentally have mistakes. Like it happens. So I was like, it's there. Let's just do it. And then my husband and I can have fun the rest of our lives and not worry.
That's a good way to look at it. And I got to tell you, being a solo child, like you got to have a partner in crime. So I'm so glad Birdie has Buddy. Now, Nikki, when are you adding to your crew?
I think I'm one and done.
No, sis, I don't see that happening.
I told Brie, I go, if you end up having a boy, I'm one and done. Like, because we didn't know what she was going to have till she had it. But I go, because he pretty much will have like a breath. They'll be twins. He'll have someone that he could always relate to, like all that. But yeah, I just, you know, I don't know if it was being pregnant and having a baby in the pandemic that scared me, or just going to be 37 in a few weeks. I don't know. I just feel, I'm like, my girls are like, yeah, we're good.